So I am out taking a bike ride on one of the WrightSight's favorite places to bike. That's the Little Miami biking trail here in southern Ohio. But it got me thinking about another favorite place of ours to bike, and that is Key West, Florida. We love to bike Key West, and I think we like to do that for many reasons. One, Key West is a very small island, and you can bike the entire island and really see everything you want to at your own pace. And maybe even more important, finding parking spaces is very difficult, and it's also very expensive in a car. But with a bike, you can go anywhere, just park in front of the building and just enjoy what you want to enjoy in Key West. So at this time, what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of taste of Key West. I'm going to take you from the Atlantic Ocean on a bike ride all the way to the Caribbean Sea. Now that only takes a few minutes, and I'm going to take you down Duval Street, one of the most famous streets in Key West. I'll show you several sites. So I hope you enjoy this ride and come with me. And also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Also hit that notification button, as well as like, comment, and share. It's all free, and it really helps us out here at the WrightSights. So let's go on a bike ride in Key West. This is the far east side of Duval Street, right on the Atlantic Ocean. This bike ride is going to take us all the way across the island, which is only about a mile, over to the Gulf of Mexico. And on the way, I'm going to point out several things that you can do while you're in Key West. Most people, when they think of Key West, think of it as a beach community or a party town. But neither one of those descriptions are actually true. There is so much more to do in Key West. So I'm going to point out several things that if you ever get down to Key West, I would suggest that you not miss. One of the first things that we come to is the southernmost point. If you make a left on Highway A1A, you will get to the famous buoy that many tourists come to and take their picture. So you won't want to miss that site. Now, Key West is a community of about 20,000 people. The island is very small. It's only about 4 miles long and 1 mile wide. If you make a left here, you can go down to the Fort Zachary Taylor Historic Site, and also it has a beach. Both of those places are must-see stops while you're in Key West. If you want to relax for the day on a pretty cool beach, this is the place to go in Key West. But don't miss the tour of the Fort Zachary Taylor Historic Site. It's really fascinating to spend a couple of hours there. One of the reasons we love biking around Key West is just seeing all the beautiful homes. Some of them are brand new, which are very beautiful, but I love all of the old historic Key West homes that date back more than 100 years. If you are born and raised here in Key West, you are referred to as a conch. Now, I'm told that if you move down here and are a resident for 7 years, you become known as a freshwater conch. If you're not sure what a conch is a sea mollusk, and it's also a delicacy. If you've never tried the fried conch fritters, make sure you do so here in Key West. And it also might not be surprising to know that the mascot of Key West High School is the conch. This is Truman Avenue, named after President Truman, who served as president from 1945 to 1953, and Key West served as his vacation spot. He spent a tremendous amount of time here in Key West, and the house that he stayed in is now a historic site on Front Street. If you make a left on Olivia Street, one block to the south you'll find the Ernest Hemingway House, and you won't want to miss this one. It's located on 907 Whitehead Street, and it's where Ernest Hemingway lived from 1928 to 1937, and he wrote many of his famous novels, including The Snows of Kilimanjaro. Key West is considered the southernmost point in the continental United States. It's only about 90 miles to Cuba. And locals here in Key West love to tell you that they live closer to Havana than they do to the nearest Walmart. In fact, the nearest Walmart is in Miami, which is 113 miles away. And to get there, you have to go through the Overseas Highway and 42 bridges, the longest of which is the famous 7-mile bridge. If you have never driven the Overseas Highway, it is a sight to see. Another place that most tourists will not want to miss is the Mile 1 marker, located about a block south on Fleming Street. This is the famous sign that marks the end of the road in Florida. Key West was first discovered in 1521 by Ponce de Leon, the famous Spanish explorer, while he was looking for the Fountain of Youth. He named the island Cacho Hueso, which means Bone Island. Now the Spanish kept control of Florida from 1521 until 1763. In 1763, Great Britain took control of Florida and remained in control for about 18 years. And then, in 1781, the Spanish retook control of Florida and remained in control for about 40 years. In 1821, the United States took possession of Florida, and Key West has been a part of the United States ever since that time. Now, at one time, Key West was the richest city per capita in the United States of America. They got their wealth through salvaging ships that had wrecked off the coast of the island. Those days, of course, are long gone, and now tourism is by far the biggest business in Key West. Maybe the most famous place on Key West is Sloppy Joe's, the legendary bar that was one of Ernest Hemingway's most famous hangouts. But you may not know this, that's actually not the original Sloppy Joe's. Make a left on Green Street, and about 100 feet down you'll come to Captain Tony's. That's actually the building that Ernest Hemingway hung out at, and that's the original Sloppy Joe's. At the very end of Duval Street, you wind your way to the last place you should visit each day while visiting Key West, and that is Mallory Square. Mallory Square is the location that every single evening hundreds of people gather to celebrate the sun going down over the beautiful Gulf of Mexico. You can show up early, have some snacks at the vendors. There's also a lot of things to buy while you're there. And of course, there are street entertainers and just a great place to people watch. So there you have it. I just took you from the Atlantic to the Caribbean on Duval Street. Make sure you make the trip down here to Key West one day, rent a bike, and enjoy the town. So I hope you'll join me on this ride, and don't forget to subscribe and also hit that notification button, as well as like, comment, and share. It's all free, and it really helps us. And don't forget to. So I am out on the Little Miami Bike Trail here in Southern Ohio. There are barking dogs behind me, but I hope you can. And maybe another real important reason is that parking is expensive, and it's really hard to find good parking spots in Key West. Out of breath.
Not to mention